Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am basically really excited to finally bring this in-depth review to you. I have been trying this out, testing it out, mixing it in with other foundations, doing the most just to get a full understanding on this foundation. Oh my god, I haven't even introduced it. It's the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. It's their newest addition to their complexion line. Wow, I sound so fancy. I actually was one of the first people to get my hands on this. I got sent it a few weeks back before it was even launched. I basically got the wrong shade, so I had to try out a few different shades, but I finally found the right shade for me. So that's why I wanted to test the shade, test it out properly and wear it day to day. Now I can tell you all about it. Right, first things first, I have to start with shade just because that's kind of mainly what I start with most of the time and it excites me the most. So this foundation came out in 50 shades, which is great, incredible. We all know that a good large shade range is going to make people happy, and it certainly has made me happy. On the website, it says that they have 7 different undertones, I believe. There are 3 master tones and then 7 undertones. I'm not sure what they mean by master tone, maybe like the main undertone. I'm just looking at all their shades and there's CP, which is cool pink, NN, neutral neutral, WO, warm olive, WY, warm yellow. There's CB, which is, I guess, cool beige. I don't know. And there's also CG, which is cool green for the people that are olive skin toned. Yeah, they've got a whole bunch of undertones and sub undertones and then shades. I mean, it's a whole load of shades going on, and I think that's amazing. And also on the box and the packaging, which I don't have right now, but it will say, say if the shade is 50 NN, it will say 50 in small writing neutral neutral, so you know exactly what those letters stand for. So the shade that I am is 60 NN, so I have gone for a shade that is neutral neutral. For the first time, I feel like a brand has fully catered to someone that is warm and medium skin tone but with really neutral undertones. I'm all over that. I actually originally thought that I was a cool green, like an olive, but when I put that on, I found that it was a bit too olive for my skin, so it was good to stick to neutral neutral for me. And as you can see, I'm wearing it right now, and you can see from my demo that it really is the perfect shade. I feel like this foundation does oxidize just really slightly, not majorly. I will not change race over the course of the day. I will still be Indian, Anchal, you know. So in terms of the shade, I'm really impressed. They have it actually nailed down to a T, and I feel like you will find the right shade for you in this line. And if you can get to an Urban Decay counter to get shade match, I'd probably do it that way, just because they've got so many undertones and different shades. So you just want to get it spot on, and I'm sure you will, because as you can see, I've got it pretty spot on. I'm just going to go through what the Urban Decay website says, and I'm going to tell you what I think and feel about this foundation kind of as we go along. So it's a vegan formula, in case you didn't know, which is great. And it's a buildable medium coverage foundation with a real skin matte finish that lasts up to 24 hours. I'm not gonna lie, when they say it's a buildable medium coverage, definitely. I like the fact that they haven't said that it's a medium to full coverage. Of course, if you keep building up a foundation, it's gonna get full coverage, but it is a solid medium coverage foundation just because it's so lightweight, but it's got a nice amount of pigment in there as well. Not too much. It's not overwhelming with pigment. It's just nice and light and runny, but it's gonna cover up what you need it to cover up, especially for day to day. And then you can definitely build it up. And as you build it up, it's not gonna look any heavier, and it's not gonna feel any heavier on your skin. And in terms of it being a matte finish, I feel like this foundation is definitely matte. If you are an oily skin girl like me, then I think this foundation is going to work a treat with you. I actually tend to wear a hydrating primer underneath, just because I find that it is quite matte, especially when I powder my skin as well, just to set my makeup. I find that it looks matte, but I like it to have a bit of like skin-like radiance in there. So that is why I'll go in with a hydrating primer. So you can try and do the same, or just go in with it on its own, or with a mattifying primer. It really just depends on how you like your foundation. By applying a hydrating foundation underneath, it doesn't make it any less matte or any less long lasting. It says that this foundation feels like you're wearing nothing, and it's got a flexible formula that feels breathable and moves with you all day and night. And I definitely feel like my face can breathe in this. I've been out in the heat in this foundation with that summer sun, and you know, sometimes when you're in the sun and you've got a full face of makeup on and all you want to do is get it off so your skin can breathe, I genuinely didn't feel like I had loads of makeup on or I felt clogged up. I was like, yeah, I'm cool. I can be in the sun and look cute, you know. Thanks, Urban Decay. It definitely does feel breathable, and yeah, I don't feel heavy whatsoever. It's lightweight, it's not tacky, I can touch my face. It's really nice. This foundation also does claim to minimize the appearance of pores, and if I just take a close look at this, I mean, they're not wrong. I'm not seeing any pores. I mean, it's not really heavy on my skin. Like if I come up close, it looks flawless. It covers what it needs to cover, and it does minimize the pores. It's not like a heavy cakey foundation that's just gonna go pile up and fill in your pores. It's just gonna airbrush. Do you know what I mean? Nice soft touch. I feel like that's what this foundation is doing. And then probably the biggest claim of this foundation is the fact that it lasts up to 24 hours. They also say that it is waterproof as well. Now, I haven't tried out waterproof because who's trying to dunk their head in water when I've got a full face of makeup and I put in all that time and effort? No. I'm gonna believe you, Urban Decay. I'm gonna believe you if you say it is waterproof. In terms of it being long wearing, 24 hours, I personally wouldn't wear foundation for 24 hours. I can think of a couple of scenarios where you might have to. Maybe you're doing like a day and night rave. Things happen, and sometimes you end up wearing your makeup for 24 hours. I'd say I've tried it for about 12 to 14 hours, which is a long day. And I have to say the foundation did stay put. I feel like in my oily T-zone area, it's gonna not stay as matte after that amount of time, but it never separated. It still was on, like it was long wearing, like it stayed put. I didn't at any point look like a grease ball, which is, you know, there are some foundations that do that to me. I also found that this foundation works really, really well mixed in with other foundations. So I can't remember what it was that I was using, but it was a bit more of like a loose radiant foundation. And I decided to mix this one in with it. And I found that this foundation made my makeup last so much longer than it normally would. If I was to just use the other one, it wouldn't stay put as long. Because I remember I came home that day and I was like, your makeup's normally not like this on, not this good. Wear that other foundation on its own. I feel like in terms of how the foundation actually works and how it looks, I have no complaints. I would say if you have a dry skin, I probably wouldn't recommend this for you because it is quite matte. That's just something to be wary of if you are a dry skin girl. In terms of the price and the packaging and how much product you get in here, the bottle is actually a plastic bottle. And I actually quite like that because if you're traveling, you don't want to worry about breaking your foundation bottle. I mean, it never really happens, but just in case, it's just handy to have a plastic bottle. And even though it's plastic, I feel like the packaging still looks really nice and sleek. This kind of design of the bottle is really unique, and I really like the rose gold lid. Is it rose gold or is it gold? I can't tell. And then of course the foundation comes with a pump also, and you know I love a pump. And in terms of how much product you get in here, you get 30 mils, which is standard. I wouldn't expect any less really. And in terms of the price, this foundation is £29.50, which is, I feel, a very competitive price for this type of foundation. I think most high-end foundations are now £32, £34, £35, £55. I mean, they're just increasing. I like the fact that this is still in that kind of 20s range. I know it's hitting £30, but I mean, it makes a difference, okay? It says 29, not 39, which is great. I guess they couldn't charge any more with not providing like a high-end sort of glass bottle, and where it is a plastic bottle, maybe that's why the price is a little bit cheaper. I don't know. I think the price point is quite fair for a high-end brand. I think that's everything you need to know. All in all, I do really like this foundation, and I love the shade range. Nobody else is doing a shade range like that. They've not thought of like so many undertones, sub-undertones, so that is amazing. And aside from that, the foundation actually looks really good, and I feel like it does all of the claims that it says it does as well. So it's kind of just up to you whether you like a matte foundation. But yeah, there are a lot of matte foundations out at the moment. If you're on the hunt for a new one, I would say that this one is definitely worth giving a go. And yeah, I just like the fact that they're catering to us brown skin girls, darker skin girls, anyone of color, everyone basically. I just love it. I want to know, guys, have you tried this foundation already? If you have, what do you think of it? Like, tell me honestly, what do you think of this foundation? And if you haven't tried it yet, are you gonna try it? Oh, real quick, I just wanna say I have the concealer as well, and I use the shade 50NN, again, a neutral shade. I feel like this covers up my dark circles perfectly, and the concealer is different to the foundation. It's so creamy and it just like blends like an absolute dream. It makes my whole under eye area look airbrushed. It looks flawless in pictures. I also love the applicator. It's kind of got like a bent doe foot applicator, so it's just really nice and easy to get into like the grooves and the under eye area. I've actually got no complaints when it comes to the concealer. I think it's amazing, and yeah, I just think they go really well together. So big up to you, Urban Decay. I feel like they've done such a good job. I'm so impressed, and it's weird that I've got no complaints. I'm really trying to force one, like, oh, what don't I like? I like all of it, like really I do. I'd love to know what your thoughts are, or if you're gonna try them. Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you like this video and don't forget to subscribe as well. I hope you're enjoying all of my foundation reviews, because there's a whole load of foundations to review at the moment. It's mad. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Please don't forget to give me some support on Instagram as well. Follow me over there if you're not already. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in my next video. Mwah. Bye.